Welcome, everybody, to Athletically Speaking, Wagon Wheel Sports College Football Show. Today, I am with Ryan.
Hello, cool cats and kittens.
I see welcomes you ever so pleasantly.
Yes.
And we are doing college football mashup today. Not really. We're in between breakdown videos.
Yeah.
And
had an episode to spare or to kind of just
filler episode.
Do a filler episode, yeah.
So we're just putting a bunch of stuff together, making the best out of what we got here. All right, well, we had a fun little weekend last weekend.
We did. It was hot. It was hot.
It was very hot.
I think I know what cremation feels like now.
Yeah, we all are. I more so than you.
It wasn't worth it.
Me.
I don't care. I was gonna pass out. I was hot.
I think he would have probably died on the side. But we're talking. We were at the OU's
SEC
Day,
Trader Day,
and it was a hootin' of a time.
It was fun.
We got their Friday night or Saturday, Sunday night.
Sunday night, yeah.
Coming into the first at midnight, they had a big midnight sale. We threw touchdowns on Owen Field.
It was awesome. He dropped a few, but that's okay.
He overthrew me. Let's correct that real quick. We'll post videos of that later because I got them. Some guy was in coverage on me.
He was. And I dropped a dime to you. I would go back and rewatch that a lot.
It was beautiful. But yeah, it was a lot of time. Went back. Paul Feinbaum was on campus.
Yeah.
SEC Now was there. They had a whole thing there.
And I gotta say, when I was walking by. I was going to get water, and they had the banners to show like all the schools. You heard about that? And someone threw the Texas one down. I saw it, and I'm like, I'm surprised that's still standing, and it didn't last very long.
It did not.
That was funny.
That is funny. But I tried to look for you on Paul Feinbaum. I thought maybe you went by there or something.
Yeah, no, I tried, but it was kind of full.
Yeah.
Had
a big surplus sale.
They did.
Which we talked about with Satan's Kitchen.
And wait, how long were we in line? It was 4 hours.
1:45 to 5 o'clock is when we finally got in there.
That's ridiculous. It was so damn hot.
It was hot.
I was like a quarter of the way through, and I was like, why am I even? I don't even like OU. I'm not gonna buy anything. Why am I waiting in line killing myself? So I did ditch him, or I was gonna die literally probably, but.
Yeah, he ditched me. However,
you were a trooper though. You stayed there, and
I got in. I got me a helmet.
Yeah.
I got me a couple jerseys, some nice shirts, a couple photos that look good. So yeah, it was well worth the time. OU made their SEC debut, big drone show, fireworks, all the hoopla.
That was a lot of fun. That was good.
We got to go through the facilities a little bit.
Yeah.
Which I posted pictures of for both softball and football.
Yeah. The softball field, that was nice. They have a nice field.
I think I don't remember the exact number, but it was like 40-something million.
I believe it.
I want to say.
I believe it.
Yeah, the biggest facility in college softball, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
This has been a little while ago now, but the NCAA has taken cannabis off of its banned drug list. How do you feel about it?
I don't. As a normal person doing it, I don't personally smoke it, but I know a lot of people that do, and I don't have that big of an issue with it for normal people because I don't feel like it's any worse than alcohol. But for a professional, or not professional, but it's getting that way, but for a college athlete, I feel like you shouldn't, be doing anything that can impair you, and I don't know. I don't agree with it. I don't think that it's something.
I feel the same way because to me it's like if I was a coach, it would be a school personal rule like school. You will be in trouble if you do this because you are in. Even if you have whatever, like in Oklahoma, you have to have your medical card to smoke it anyway, or it's still illegal.
Yeah.
So just because the NCAA says it's off their banned list. Well, that doesn't matter. It's still illegal to the state of Oklahoma.
It's still a federal crime too.
So, as a school, I haven't seen anybody, but I'm sure inside facilities, I would hope that they're sitting there going, "No, it's still you still can't do that."
No, it's ridiculous
because we're trying to do something here, and if you're taking this, you're not going to be putting your full potential forward.
No.
That's the way I feel with it. I feel like a lot of people also feel that way, but
Yeah.
never know. Also, with the college football game coming out, EA's ranking list of top offenses and top defenses came out. And which one you got up first?
I got to do offense.
All right, top offenses. I looked at this list, and I was going down it. And Georgia, okay. Oregon, all right. Bama, cool. Texas, yeah. Ohio State, cool. The top 5 is reasonable.
Yeah.
Then it really takes a turn.
Yeah.
LSU, okay. That makes sort of sense.
Miami, I don't know.
Maybe?
And then Colorado is number 8? No.
And then Colorado hops up there, and you're like,
that's where we have some issues.
No.
I don't know how much they paid them to do that, but that's not right. That's no.
Right. And then just further down the list, after Colorado, you got Missouri, which outside of Luther Burden Jr., their offense, I don't remember who they return at quarterback. Maybe they'll be okay, but Clemson. Maybe Utah, Penn State, Ole Miss, Kansas at 14.
No.
Arizona, NC State, Notre Dame, Texas A&M, Memphis. SMU,
that's funny.
UCF, Florida State, Oklahoma. Listen, Memphis is not going to have a better offense than Oklahoma, Florida State, or probably UCF with Gus Malzahn and KJ Jefferson. Like that, let's be real. Virginia Tech down there, and then USC at 25. That's a rather interesting offensive list.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're smoking. The developers of what they think, what they see, and I don't know, but it's not right.
They really put some. I don't know what the heck they were doing with that. Some of those teams are rather questionable for sure.
Yeah. No, but nothing. Sorry about that. My phone.
And then defensively, Ohio State, Georgia, Oregon, Bama. All right, we're getting somewhere. Clemson, it's the first one that makes you think. Notre Dame, maybe. Yeah. Michigan, maybe. Texas, maybe. Penn State, Utah, Florida State, Oklahoma, Iowa. That's reasonable. Virginia Tech. They're really high on Virginia Tech.
They really are. I don't get it.
They can be okay, maybe. Wisconsin, USC. First of all, any list that has USC in the top 25 of defense.
That's not it. That's not.
Without seeing what the new coordinator is going to do is ridiculous. Their defense is not going to be that good.
No.
Auburn, maybe. They went like 6 and 7 last year. I don't know about that. LSU. A&M, Colorado, yet again. I don't know what we're doing with that.
Nothing.
Oklahoma State, Louisville, North Carolina, Kansas State, and Florida.
No. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Obviously, Colorado, and USC being in, no.
Yeah, those are like the biggest no-nos there, I feel like. Colorado in general, you got to prove it.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to have to prove it.
They got new people, right? And then
they got
some new players, and I'm not, I don't know. After last season, how they let us all down, I'm just not trusting of them.
Not trusting of any of them. And Deion Sanders, you got to make it happen. Last year it wasn't there. I don't expect it to be there this year.
No.
It's like the Big 12 preseason poll came out, and they had them like the 13th or something like that, I think.
Probably.
And it's like, well, EA has you top ranked, but somehow the Big 12 and everybody else seems to think otherwise. So we'll see how it goes, I guess. All right. Into the meat of this thing. We'll start it off with surprise players who we haven't seen a lot of that we think is going to make a big impact this year in 2024. I'll go first.
Okay.
I don't know how many you got.
I don't know. But I'll wing it off the top of my head.
All right. So first for me, Isaiah Bond, who is now at Texas. He transferred from Alabama. He only had 48 catches 668 yards last year. He had several games that were below 70 yards. So Alabama last year, they had their thing going. They made the playoff and then dipped out to Michigan in the Rose Bowl. Isaiah Bond, I think, is going to be a big breakout player for Texas, especially because all of their wide receivers that they had, their tight ends, those playmakers that Ewers was throwing to last year is all gone. They went to the draft. They went elsewhere, whatever happened. Isaiah Bond comes in, who did okay at Alabama, who didn't quite live up to the potential that they wanted him to. He's now going to come in at Texas, where they got to find that playmaker to step up. And he's going to have to be able to make that play or step up, make the big plays. And I think he'll be able to do that with Texas and get Ewers, potentially be his top receiver pick for Texas this year.
Someone weaponize against OU, the Red River rivalry.
So Billy Bowman can lock him down.
I didn't really have I'm just kind of winging it, like I said. Unfortunately, Wi-Fi's down, so I can't look anything up right now. I'm excited to see KJ Jefferson at UCF. I'm excited. He was really good.
Arkansas.
If he would have had he was at Arkansas, but he went to there. But he didn't really have any playmakers around him last year, and it was really miserable seeing how bad they failed. And I'm excited to see him with a new team and a new location and see how he does. I'm optimistic.
New scenery for him with the Gus Malzahn. Offense can fit him well.
Yeah, it'll be nice to see. Hopefully they still don't do great, but I don't know. It'll be cool to see him play.
I mean, they beat you by 45.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't know. I'm praying for Arizona with them because they're going to be against them when they play the space game. So RIP to Arizona. They're a different breed. So
they're destined to lose now.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Jackson Arnold.
No.
We saw glimmers of hope in the Alamo Bowl against Arizona last year, but we also saw his youngness in the 3 interceptions he threw. Arnold can do very well. He's a mobile quarterback. He can make time, so even if the offensive line, especially at the beginning of the year, isn't up to par with what it needs to be, he's going to be able to make time for himself and get the ball out. He's going to have pass catcher galore for whoever wants to catch the ball, basically. Starting with him on that first team, Arnold has the potential to make a big impact in dark horse Heisman race here.
Yeah. I don't know. Until he proves himself, because he had his moments of shining whenever for the bowl game, but I don't know. He
threw a couple interceptions here and there.
He threw a few, but hope for him.
He came in and saved us against BYU, though.
Yeah.
So that was nice.
That was, yeah. I don't think of who. I'm excited to see Dylan Gabriel play for go to Oregon. And play under Dan Lanning. I think that they'll fit him really nicely, and watch him go and win the chip, and just OU is not obviously going to be. But watch Oregon. This will be the year that they do it and
finally get their first one. Did you see that Phil Knight? He came out and was like that he was 86 years old and that he wanted to see Oregon win a title, so that's why he's been dumping all this money into NIL.
Oh Lord, it's probably not going to happen actually, but maybe they get close, but they just can't, ever quite get over the hump there.
I always feel bad for old people that's like, I want to see my team win a championship.
That's probably how you're going to be, honestly. Which they did have one in your lifetime, but you weren't conscious at that time.
Yeah, I wasn't aware.
But probably that'll be you though. It'll be you, and
I feel that's more you. I feel like state fan over there.
Maybe we'll get lucky at some point in our lifetime, and
that's right.
I don't know.
You should have played for a title in 2011.
Should have. Yeah.
You should have won a title in 2011. That's my stance.
We should have. We really should have. That's
third up for myself. Trevor Etienne, the Florida transfer that went to Georgia.
Oh.
In his 2 seasons at Florida, he averaged 6.1 and 5.7 yards per carry, which is a ton.
No.
I think Etienne is getting overlooked at Georgia because of Carson Beck some of that that's going on there. Georgia's already a powerhouse. So Etienne coming in and laying down a solid running game, like if he puts up 6 yards, 5 yards of carry with Carson Beck slinging the ball around, Georgia's going to be heckin' solid on offense.
Yeah.
And Georgia's defense is going to be Georgia's defense. So I'm going to see it being exactly what Georgia's going to be. Georgia's going to be the favorite to win the title. With
they've been.
Etienne's, they have been. But with Etienne, it's going to add more depth and more balance to that offense instead of just Carson Beck trying to sling it around. So I think he's going to be very helpful, and he's going to be a big standout this year as well.
I'm excited to see at some point when they watch that empire just crumble and fall. And maybe in, I don't know.
Well, the claim of the 12-team playoff is that there's going to be more parity in college football.
Yeah.
More teams are going to win it.
I hope so.
We shall see, I guess.
Hope we see some people that hadn't done it before and haven't done it in a long time.
I mean, look at the NFL. The Chiefs have won it back-to-back.
Yeah.
They won 3 out of 5 or something like that.
That's true.
Patriots won a bunch way back then.
Maybe their time's coming to an end. I don't know. We'll see. I can't think anybody off the top of my head right now, so I'll let you do the other one.
Thank you. My next person, Miller Moss, USC. He was amazing in the Holiday Bowl, following up Caleb Williams, who left for the draft. He went 46 of 65 all-time last year. He showed out, had 681 yards, 7 touchdowns in the total season, which playing back up, USC put up lots of points, and for some of those smaller teams went into halftime with like a 50-point lead. So he played pretty good amount. And then, like I said, he beat the crap out of Louisville in the Holiday Bowl.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Miller Moss is a man that, from what it looked like, fit Lincoln Riley's offense perfectly. He may not be athletically the caliber of a Baker, Kyler, or Caleb, but he's more of the NFL pocket presence, pocket passer type of player that's going to be very well adapted to what Lincoln Riley wants to do. Just a matter of if USC can get the defense. But Miller Moss is going to be an excellent player for USC this year.
Heck yeah. I can't wait to see what he does. And, who else you got there? Who else you got there right there?
And then lastly, for my 5 players, Nico Imilava, the Tennessee quarterback, much like Miller Moss, 5-star recruit. He came out, he shined in the Citrus Bowl. He completely dominated. This is a guy kind of like Jackson Arnold. He's young, and how quickly can he grow into the starter shoes and play well against some of the teams he's going to face? If Nico can come out with Tennessee, play to his strengths, and help push Tennessee, I see them doing pretty good this year, which I think he'll do well. I mean, it's going to be a nice, fun task there in Norman come September or something.
That'd be fun. That'd be a lot of fun.
So seeing them, who's the better young quarterback out of that's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait to go and watch some good SEC football, and that'll be so much fun.
I know. You don't have to watch Kansas and Oklahoma State anymore. You can come down to Norman and watch Oklahoma, Bama.
Yeah, which I guess, I don't even know, because the tickets for that's insane.
Yeah, they're expensive.
I think you were telling me that. Maybe I'll just sneak in or something. I don't know what I'll do, but I want to be there for that and watch that. But,
we can find your way in.
Yeah. Well, I was very underprepared for my players, and I can't think of anybody else off the top of my head that I'm.
Well, that's okay.
So,
all right. Well, we can move on to the next thing here. So, I just have some topics that I thought would be fun. I don't know if you saw my TikTok.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Probably not.
I started this trend 4 years ago when the Summer Games came out.
Yeah.
And I put together a coaching staff for Olympic team of USA for football. And I had my head coaches was Bill Belichick with my offensive coordinator Lincoln Riley and defensive coordinator Nick Saban. So that was my coaching staff. And I made a whole video about the offensive lineup, and I just recently popped out a video about the defensive lineup for an USA Olympic team. Now, with that in mind, do you think that the Olympics will ever bring football into the fray for the Summer Games?
Probably not. I don't know. I mean, I hope so. That'd be great. I feel like there's a lot that goes into that, and I guess pretty much there's a lot of other countries that have football now, right? I mean,
there's a European league.
Really?
There's like a whole European American football league.
I know, like the CFL,
the Canadian football leagues there. So you got several countries up there that you could make some teams out of.
We should. I know we should definitely not send the team that just lost to Japan.
Yep.
I don't even know what that team is made up of.
I don't know either. Because
are they high schoolers? I don't know. Probably.
I don't know. It's completely wild because you would think if you were going to play an American football,
you're going to represent
NFL players.
You're going to represent the United States of America. You're going to send who? No, send the best of the best. Yep.
And even if your starting NFL players do not want to go play,
even your backups. The backups probably would.
The backups and third string NFL players are still better than anybody else in the world.
Yeah.
So, which is to my point, the Olympics should add American football. It's a growing sport around the world. Mm. You got the NFL playing in Europe.
That's
you
true.
got college football playing in Europe.
No.
You got them playing in Mexico City. The Big 12 is wanting to go down to Mexico City and play some games. Put football as a sport in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, though, we can't go and lose to Japan.
No.
And then our football team lost to somebody else. I don't remember who.
Probably.
Somebody stupid. And it's like, why don't we put our backups or third-string NFL players, give them a chance to go show America or show the world what America's really made of, and our football team, and kick their butt. It'd be like basketball. America would win the gold medal every time.
Yeah.
That wouldn't even be close for anybody else.
Shoot. Oof. Put me out there. I'll go. I'll go represent America. I mean, I'll try. I'll probably not do well, but hey.
Well, the NFL has their whole flag football league. And I feel like that would be something that would come first. And if flag football does well, then maybe they'd contact football into the Olympics.
That'd be cool. I'd watch that. I don't watch the Olympics, honestly, but I'd watch that.
Flag football would be cool.
Yeah.
Which, 2028, we got to go to the Olympics. We need to fly out to L.A.
Yeah.
For the games.
Yeah.
And then fly back for softball.
I think I'm busy that day, but I don't remember.
2028.
So, yeah. But I'll let you know.
All right, bet. Also, have you noticed that college football teams have been posting some boring freaking uniforms?
I have, unfortunately. It's ridiculous.
What is up with the downfall of college uniforms? We did a whole episode. Our first one was on the beauty of college uniforms and which ones we liked the best. Yeah. TCU.
I don't know. What are you doing?
You had one of the coolest uniforms ever with the little horned frog spikes on your collar.
Yeah.
And you went to the most bland high school looking uniform I have ever seen in my entire life.
I don't get it.
I think our high school has better
uniforms
than TCU does.
Yeah.
App State did the same thing. They went to just a plain black uniform with like a yellow stripe right here. College football uniforms are freaking cool. We talked about the Maryland uniforms being ugly. At least they're unique.
At least they had character. I mean, they're
ugly, but my God, at least they're better than what these teams are shoving out.
I don't understand
Texas Tech's stealing state style over here.
Like for real. At least we did it a year ago, so it's before this whole mass uniform change. And also ours was a throwback. But yeah, no, they're completely ripping off our style. I don't like it. I don't know. Even I do wish though, I miss our Oklahoma State. We had our collar with the badges and the eccentric decals, whatever on the, I don't know, but those were really nice. I enjoyed those a lot. I don't mind our uniforms as much, but people like TCU, they have no business going back and changing their uniforms. There's been some other schools too. I think Baylor.
They're very generic. They just put 3 colors on a uniform. It was green, yellow, white, and then this is our uniform now. It's like, this is boring.
Yeah, I don't know who is in charge of. They need to do better. They need fired, and
for real. Baylor had the best uniforms back in 2012 when they had like the chrome gold.
Yeah, those were nice.
Those were nice.
Those were really nice.
And then they got boring and less college football. It's like, stop being so generic.
Like, let's throw some flair. College football is about
pageantry.
Yeah, like
excitement.
Like, throw some flair in there. Do something. I don't know.
As long as Oklahoma doesn't go and ruin their stuff, then
yeah, they're gonna get new uniforms. Like, watch that. That would be.
Well, their unity was already pretty bad, so.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan. I like the Roughneck uniforms.
I liked those too.
Those are nice.
Everybody hates on those all the time though. I like the wood grain. The white helmet is a classic. I wish we'd bring those back.
Yeah.
If OU wore a white helmet all the time, I think that'd be sick.
Yeah, which I like that red though with the white OU.
The red's nice.
That's iconic.
If you're gonna have an alternate uniform, at least I think my personal opinion is that if you're gonna have an alternate uniform, it needs to be some sort of throwback to what you used to wear.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be something like out of the blue, like you should never wear black or gray.
No.
Ever.
No, I don't. I don't
like accented. That'd be kind of cool.
I don't like gray uniforms at all. Even with state, I don't like them.
Like my envisioned perfect OU uniform is like a white helmet with the red stripe down the middle, and then the OU in red with like a black face mask, and then the red jersey and red pants.
Red jersey, red pants. That's a lot of red.
You don't like that? Think about it. Red. I don't like black act. So like it'd be white texting with like black around it, with like white stripes down the pants with black around it.
I don't know. I'm not. Maybe I don't like uniforms that are like the same color, like top and bottom, unless obviously it's like an away uniform.
Well, yeah, your away uniform
or it's black
white,
on
white, red.
If it's black on black, I don't know.
I'd have to contextualize it for you.
I need to look at it, but I don't know.
I'll show it to you. I'll draw it up sometime.
Just like I don't like OSU's art uniforms that are we wear orange on orange, and then I didn't like that. That's too much orange. That bothers me.
It's like Clemson's their championship unis when they would wear the orange pants with the orange jersey.
I just don't like it. I don't know.
Yeah, they're weird.
They are.
But yeah, if you're gonna be wearing a uniform, at least make it cool.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking like Arkansas too. I think it was last year. It's the first year they went back to like the hog on the. I kind of liked there was a few years like whenever Ryan Mallett was there. They had that one that had like lines that would run. I don't know. I can't think.
I think I was talking about like this thing.
Yeah, and then there was another one where like like from the back of the Razorback was on there. Like those looked really nice. I liked those. I don't know. Some flair. We've gone away from what we should do for uniforms, but
make them cool again.
Yeah.
Don't be lame with your uniform.
Make uniforms great again. That's right.
That's right. All right. I have 3 rapid fire questions here.
All right.
And we're both going to answer them. And the first one I stole from Unnecessary Roughness because I thought it was a great question. And that is, how many baseball, basketball, etc. So, like for you, it'd be wrestling. How many wrestling national championships or whatever titles would you give up for a football natty?
Yes. All of them. No. I mean, listen. I mean, I like that we can pride ourselves at least on wrestling. I would a lot. I would just for one football natty.
What would be like your limit of like? Okay, that's not enough.
Let's say I'd give up 20 years.
Like, what's your ratio? Like,
I'd give up like 20 years worth of natties for one
football natty.
Football, probably, yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and I mean, basketball natty. We haven't had a natty since like the 40s as well. I'd probably give that up for a more recent football victory as well, or
I'll kill you there. OU has two. We don't have any basketball natties, but we have 2 baseball natties, and I would cash both of those in immediately.
Oh yeah,
for a football natty.
Yeah.
Softball.
Ooh.
Just because of the success, I'm a little more questionable.
Did you give up all your last 4?
My last 4 natties for
one football natty?
Probably.
You would?
I'd keep 4 softball natties, but give up the last.
Yeah.
If I could get 2017 Baker to get a natty and give up those 4 1,000%.
Yeah.
I would take that down.
Yeah.
I'd give up.
He deserved one. Yale's defense just sucked.
Yeah, our defense was poo-poo that year.
Man, they didn't have defense. What could have been?
OU gymnastic natties, I'd probably trade all those in.
Yeah, so I don't really. Honestly, if it's not football, basketball, or baseball,
then it doesn't matter too
much. It don't matter to me, really. I think we're
really
not
a big 3 sport, neither the women's or men's, and it's like, okay, well, I'm trading you in.
Yeah. But I give up some equestrian natties too.
Yeah. Anything. If I have to think about what your sport is and you have a natty in it, it's gone.
Yeah. What is equestrian? I don't know. I know we're good at it at Oklahoma State. That's all I know. I evolved a horse.
That's true.
If you know more information, let me know. I don't know.
Let us know what equestrian is. Like, how does that judge anyway?
Yeah.
All right. Question number 2 on the rapid fire. If somebody from somewhere just walked up to you and said, Ryan, you are now the commissioner of college football. Here's your sticker. How do you set up college football moving forward?
I really like. I do like the 12-team playoff. I think it'll add some like depth. I like what they did there. I don't think they should expand to 14. But no more than 12 ever.
Yes, I agree.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Just not even like, just as far as like the ads, like how they're. I wouldn't pay the athletes. We've talked about all this before. Yes. Like I wouldn't pay the athletes. They could do NIL, but they couldn't get paid by the university.
So no collections.
Those are, and then like I don't like corporatizing our uniforms and the fields, and there's already enough on the stadium as it is.
What if that's why they went to Blaed uniforms?
That's so stupid. To make more room, that would piss me off. That's so dumb. And then, what was I? I was just gonna say something else about. You made me lose my train of thought.
Sorry.
How dare you?
Maybe you'll get it back.
Possibly. I was just about to say something else. I can't remember. I'll come back to you.
All right. So, for starters, what I'm doing as commissioner of college football is your power.
Oh yes, we're gonna freaking. I want to move back regionally. Conferences. Like, what are we doing? You should not have. We've talked about all this before, but you shouldn't have Atlantic Coast teams in the Pacific. It's so dumb. I'm sorry. I got a text message and got it. Okay, anyways. Yes.
All right, so the first thing I'm doing is for all of what the Power 5 conferences were. So Pac-12, Big 10, ACC, SEC, Big 12, all those conferences. You are now your own football division. Mm-hmm. You play your 12-team playoff amongst yourselves and be happy. Yeah. The Group of 5 conferences, they're pushed into their own division. They play their own 12-team playoff. They're happy. Yeah. No team is playing in the other's playoff ever. You get to go compete for natties. You get to go compete for your own natties. And every team in both divisions has a chance at the beginning of the year to go and make a run for the playoff and win a championship. That's goal number 1. Number 2, when scheduling, you can only schedule one team crossover from this. So if I'm Oklahoma and we have a 9-game schedule, conference schedule, then I can only schedule one game from the Group of 5. The other 2 non-conference games has to be from someone else in one of the other power conferences.
Yeah.
So you can't schedule 2 or 3 G5 programs. You have to schedule 2 big brand
actual power
conference opponents, and they have to be different conferences. Yeah. So you can never schedule 2 of the same people ever.
I like that.
And once you've played one person, you have to wait so long. Once you get their home and home done, you have to wait so long before you schedule that person again.
I like
that.
You're
getting new rivalry or new games played all the time.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. That's good.
Next up, the whole NIL thing and transfer portal thing would be done because when you get a recruit in their national letter of intent, it's going to say something along the lines of, your NIL will be paid to you throughout each year you complete, and you will get this much total by the end of your 4 or 5 years, depending on how long you're there.
No.
You have to sign that contract, and if you transfer, you have to pay that money back, or the school has to pay the money that you're transferring to.
I like that, too. That's something I'll probably do.
Outside of those things, if you have whatever family need, you can go back. But you still have to pay the money out.
Yeah.
You're still going to have to pay that back.
Yeah.
And like you said, we're back to regionality. We're restoring all the old all the old, for all the Power 5 people that are currently, like BYU and all them moved up. No. You can stay in the Power 5. We're not going to relegate you back.
No.
It's like the Pac-12 would have Utah and BYU in it now.
Yeah.
The Big 12 would be returned to its former glory. Mm-hmm. The SEC would be returned to its former glory.
Yeah.
And so on.
I would love that. I would. That'd be nice. I think for now we should at least name the ACC the All Coast Conference. I'm really going to stand by that on that hill.
You see the California ACC?
That looks so stupid. Yeah.
That's wild.
And that picture was taken right before kickoff too. They don't want. They don't.
2 people in the stadium.
Yeah. Oh, it's so ridiculous.
All right. Final rapid fire question. When people say, "Well, this team had a successful season," when you hear the words "successful season," what is your first thought process?
Well, I feel like for me, I anything less than 10 wins is a failure. I don't like that. Which I don't know. Some teams, just as long as you can make a bowl game.
Yeah.
The standards are definitely different between people like Georgia and Alabama compared to people like at Oklahoma and stuff. I'm just kidding. Compared to the people that are not in the SEC really or in a power conference. I don't know. But for me personally, I want us to at least get a minimum of 10 wins and make a playoff run somehow, some way. Make a bowl game at minimum. but
otherwise, a successful season is 10 wins.
I would say so.
Title.
So I want to get in playoffs at least and raise some heck or something. But okay. I don't know. It's something like that. But if you're not winning the championship, then you're just You're just a loser.
Exactly.
And that doesn't matter.
That's kind of my point to it. Is I see all these people on the radio being like, "Oh, you had a successful season. They did this. Yeah, they lost the bowl game, but that's a good season."
Yeah.
No, that's not a good season.
Yeah.
For me, there's only one team that ever has a successful season, and that's the team that won the national championship.
That's true.
That's Michigan. That's Georgia. That's Bama. Those teams had successful seasons because they set out and accomplished what they wanted to, which was win the national title.
Yeah.
If you're a team and your goal is to win a national title at the beginning of the year, anything less than that is a disappointment.
Mm-hmm.
So when I think of a successful season, if
you think back to 2000.
That's right. 2000 was the last successful season that OU had. Is it fun and great when OU beats Alabama in the bowl game? Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't add anything of worth. There's no title. I don't get to or yell at my friends that we won the national championship.
No, but
brag.
If you're lucky, you might get to eat a Pop-Tart.
That's right.
That's cool.
You got to eat strawberry and Pop-Tarts.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, strawberry. So, yeah, that's my definition of a successful season.
Yeah.
If we lose 2 games and still win the Natty, that's a successful season.
Yeah, still won the Natty.
Undefeated and win the national title. That's a successful season. Anything less than a Natty is a disappointment.
Which is cool, though, if you can, like Alabama or Georgia, like, can build a dynasty. You can win a lot, and then, like, even when you don't succeed, you don't win the Natty at 1 year, you get really close. And that's still a failure, of course, but I don't know. As long as you're consistently, like every few years, winning a Natty, I don't know, something like that. I don't know. That's pretty cool. But yeah, no, if you're not winning,
you're consistently like if you win a title and then losing the title game, win a title and then maybe lose a couple of years pushing for a title and then you win it again.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
Whatever.
That's better than a lot of people have to say for, but
just like as soon as OU softball on their wall, they had. Settling his failure or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly how it was worded, but it was along those lines. And that's basically like if you get comfortable being at 10 and whatever with a bowl game win, it's like you're just settling for just sadness and disappointment.
No.
You should be pushing for better.
No. Yeah, I agree. 100%. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all my questions I had. You got anything for us?
No, I've been slacking on the question of the week, but I'll be back with that eventually. I'll do better at that. I apologize.
Next time you'll have a group of 5 trivia question for you.
Yes, I'm gonna have to study on that because I don't know a lot about that, but we'll get there. It'll be all right. Yeah.
Well, that's all we got.
Yeah. Also, I was gonna say next week is college football's dropping. I'm so excited. I just have to. I had to say that. This is our last week or next. I'm so excited. Sorry, I had to say that. I just had to get it off my chest.
Almost there.
I'm so excited. Anyways, I'm gonna outcompete you.
Nice. All right. Well.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us.
See you next time.
Don't do drugs.
On Athletically Speaking.
Bye bye. Love you.